It's all about the nature of reality, how we are all created from this energy, and how to control reality by controlling the consciousness perception of this energy and of this reality, and how they use this energy that they channel into themselves. That's what it's all about. That's what all the secret knowledge is about. It's what all the secret societies are about. It's about controlling a certain percentage of the population's belief systems so that you can create whatever reality you want to create. That might sound very esoteric to some, but that's what it's all about. That's what I've tried to explain in all of these films. That's what I've been leading to explaining. But it's a very, very complicated thing and very hard to try to explain to people. But I'm doing my best. Hopefully I'll get there. I've got 4 more parts of this one film to come out that are going to go into this in a lot more depth.
Yes, I think you're doing a tremendous job, Max. I fully understand what your message is, and I'm very excited about it. I've been there waiting, so I'm on board. I think that some people that are lost with it, it's just coming from a different perspective for them because they are completely trained by the New World Order, or I guess really we ought to be calling them the Old World Order. But now when people of a Christian faith or some religious faith, all religions, they do pray, but so many prayers seem to be unanswered, and they get disheartened and disenchanted with that process of prayer and asking God for things. Max, what are they doing wrong?
Well, there's different modes of prayer, and this is another thing that Greg Braden's gone into with quite detail, and God bless him for doing it. Greg Braden is a wonderful man. He really is. Some of his research is outstanding. I recommend anybody look into his research. There's different modes of prayer, and the prayer that most people are doing, they're praying for something instead of looking at it in the right way. See, when you pray for something, you acknowledge the fact that that thing does not exist in your world. And so, therefore, the power of attraction, what it talks about in The Secret and all sorts of other things, this does actually work. They're thinking about something, and that's what they're going to get. So if they're thinking about how there's not peace in the world, then they're not going to get peace. What they need to do, a prayer should actually come from within. It should be a feeling. And what you need to do when you pray is to actually put yourself in the energized state that the prayer has been answered. You need to experience the feeling of the prayer. You need to experience the thing that you want has already been answered. The prayer has already been answered. So if you want peace in the world, or if you want health for your body, you need to put yourself in a state where you can feel the peace in the world. And you can feel the health in your body. You believe the health in your body is real. Your prayer has already been answered. That way you attract that thing into your reality and into this world. You energize the matrix around you. So that's how it works. It's, if you can think of God, obviously I don't know what God is, and I don't claim to know what God is, but if you can think of God as the intelligence that underlies everything, the divine matrix that Max Planck talked about, the father of quantum physics. This intelligence that underlies everything and permeates all reality, that is the creator. And you can literally talk to that creator through electromagnetism, which is generated from your heart by your feelings and your emotions. And this was all in the texts that were taken from the Bible. This is in the 20 books that were left out of the Bible. They talk about things like this in the Gospel of Thomas. It's all about energy. So this is how you can communicate with the Creator, how you can attract things into your life by putting yourself in the energized state of already having those things, of the prayer having already been answered. That way you attract it into your life. When you go into a building and you pray for something, you're acknowledging it doesn't exist. And you get a lot of people. They put them into these buildings that we talked about the other day, about they're all shaped, geometric, spires and octagons and pyramids on the roofs and all sorts of things that are designed to channel energy. And you get people in there, and these people have got good hearts, and they're going in there to praise Jesus, but it's not working. They don't know why it's not working. It's because of the religious institution, what it's done to the prayer. It's changed it. This is what it did in the 4th century biblical edits. It took this knowledge away from people so that when the people actually go in and pray, they're praying for something external that they don't want, and therefore they're bringing it into being. They're praying for peace in the world, so they're acknowledging there is none, so they're bringing war into the world. And this is nothing against these people, and it's nothing against their religion, it's nothing against their belief in Christ and their belief in what they're doing. They've got to understand that all of these institutions have been put in place to mislead them, and they're all corrupt. And that includes their religious institutions. And that does not belittle Christianity. The Christian faith has been hijacked the way the Muslim faith has been hijacked. They've all been hijacked. And people need to wake up to this and understand what the teachings of great masters like Jesus were, because that is the key. The key is Christ consciousness, not the doctrine of the institution. I think it's very, very important for people to wake up to that and wake up to what they're actually doing and what energy they're actually channeling in these situations, because that's what it's all about. That's what the whole thing's about.
Yes, and I fully agree. I see it as, Max, when I pray, and I feel as comfortable saying the word meditate, because I think they're synonymous. But I sit in a quiet, dark room, and I calm myself, and I just it's hard to explain, and I know you've said the same thing, but I just kind of go inside, and I allow it to kind of bubble out, and it's more of a celebration for me, and a recognition that the divine permeates everything, and I just celebrate what I choose to be real in the world and in my life, and yeah, I've been doing it for over a decade, and it's a wonderful experience, and I can see manifestations in my personal life and in my family's life, sometimes immediately, but time is not relevant. We can't dictate when something's going to happen. We just allow it to come in. But we also are doing it collectively, and that's what your message is really saying, is I'm adding to this reality with my negative thoughts or my positive belief system, right? We are all adding to it, and then we're experiencing it as we live in it.
Very much. Well, it's like I've said on many of these shows about the air around you not being empty. It's full of energy. We draw this into ourselves. We precipitate this reality with that energy, and we replenish the supply. As much as we draw from ourselves, we also replenish the supply. So this is something that people really need to think about. So every moment of the day, every emotion that you're having, you're replenishing this energy supply with that emotion, with your intent, with your feelings. This happens all day. It's an ongoing thing. You can't just switch this on and off. Every conscious moment that you have, every thought that you have, every intention behind that thought is energy that's leaving your body as frequency, and it's replenishing the supply around you. Your beliefs and your intentions are what create this reality. And if you can get enough people with bad intentions and believing the world is the way you say it is, then that's exactly the world that you'll have, because that's exactly the world that they'll create. And that's the way it works. A lot of people are waking up to this, and it's really important that they do, because, like I said, it's an ongoing thing. This is happening every moment of every day. Your life is the prayer. Your feelings are prayers. This is the language. This is the language that's been taken from us. The concept that your feelings are an actual language that is being used to talk to reality, to talk to the Creator. That's a very, very hard concept for people to get their head around, but that's the key, and that's what a lot of the teachers of Christ were. And this was actually found in these books that I keep talking about that were left out of the Bible. You can find this information if you go and look for it, and I think it's important for people to get back in touch with that particular mode of prayer, and to understand what their feelings and emotions are doing, because they are literally building this reality.
Yes, and so the New World Order, the elite at the top behind this thing, they are trying to get us to manifest what they want in the world, which I guess starts with profits and power and those sorts of things. But it seems almost more demonic to where they're trying to actually get us to create hell, and our option is to go the other direction and create heaven.